It's your business morning here on Channels Television. Now we're going across the ocean, going to Afro-Caribbean Investment Summit. That's coming on, and we want to know more about that. Organized by Aquarian Consults Limited. We have three of their representatives in our Abuja studio. We have the Project Development Manager of Aquarian Consults, Serumon Ubwa. Just say hello so we know who's speaking. Sarah.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hello.
Good. Thank you so much for coming, Sarah. And then we also have
Thank you for having me.
Linda Ojo. Linda Ojo is the Summit Coordinator, Aquarian Consult. Hi, Linda.
Hi.
Yes. And then we have Ambassador Rosalind Hazel from St. Kitts and Nevis Summit Coordinator. Hi, Ambassador.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good to have you ladies. Isn't it wonderful that we are all ladies and we can use this opportunity and just, celebrate ourselves? After all, we're still in the month of March. So I'll say happy Women's Month to all of us, yes?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Great.
Don't just celebrate March, though.
Yeah, we're still in March, so we're still celebrating ourselves. So let me start with
Sarah. I'm saying don't just celebrate March. All the time.
Okay, all right. Okay, that's taken. All right, let me start with Sarah there to tell us about Aquarian. First of all, who are you? What do you do? Why are you here?
Okay, so we are Aquarian Consult Limited, and we are a business development consultancy firm, and we specialize in business advisory, project engineering, and human management development, and human capital management and development. And we've been doing this for over 16 years, so we've worked with various companies in Nigeria and in Africa. And, African and Nigerian businesses are so authentic and they're so original. And so we've just grown to understand the importance of having, international platforms that will foster dialogue, foster collaborative partnerships. And this is what brought us to curating the AACIS. So the AACIS is the Aquarian Consult Afro-Caribbean Investment Summit, and it's a summit that aims to foster and enhance the trade and investment initiatives between Africa and the Caribbean. And it's going to be an annual summit. Every year it will focus on a different African or Caribbean country, and we will delve into the investment opportunities in that country, and we will do that in partnership with the government of that country. It's easy to talk about the investment opportunities that are there, but when you have a summit that is actually specifying and giving details on these investment opportunities, it enhances the experience and it gives people better knowledge. So that's what we're trying to do. In 2025, this year, the country focus is St. Kitts and Nevis.
All right,
and we are partnering with the government of St. Kitts and Nevis to execute the summit.
All right, let me go to Linda now. I guess one question that will come to mind is, why do you go all the way to St. Kitts and Nevis? I mean, especially when you look at it from the Nigerian perspective. But let me just go to Linda and ask. We have a lot of investment summits talking about opportunities. So I wonder what is going to make this different? What are you offering? Why should people see this as being different from the thousands of investment summits that we hear about?
Sorry, you went quiet for a moment, so I didn't get the question.
Okay, can you hear me now, Linda?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so I'm asking what stands out, with this summit that you're organizing.
Okay, so like Serumon said, this year we're focusing on St. Kitts and Nevis, and in the studio here with us is the ambassador from St. Kitts and Nevis. So yes, I would speak a bit about that, and then she'll take up from there. One of the major reasons why we chose St. Kitts and Nevis is because they have a stable economy. Now, they have an exchange rate of $1 USD to 2.7 ECD of their own currency. St. Kitts and Nevis is popularly known for its citizenship by investment, and it's also known for its tourism and its eco-friendly environment. So, Ambassador, I believe at this point you would like to add a few more points for us.
Okay, thank you, Linda. I think St. Kitts and Nevis is uniquely positioned to be the first country. As was said earlier, this is intended to be an annual activity, and therefore you start somewhere. St. Kitts and Nevis, as Linda has said, is very much a very stable community. We are small, but in the Caribbean we have a thing that says you're little but you're Talawa, meaning you're little but you're strong, you're tough, you're all of that. We have a 98% literacy rate, and we have a very strong tourism product that we attract people from all over the world. Why Nigeria, a company in Nigeria, or why Nigeria, is that there has been quite a lot of conversations about bridging the gap between Africa and the Caribbean. There's been activities in various places. Last year there was a summit, annual meeting in the Bahamas. We in St. Kitts and Nevis also had a summit where Aquarium Consult was represented, and you had people from all over the world because they were invited by the Prime Minister to come, listen, see. I used to be the CEO of the Investment Promotion Agency, and one of my tagline was a place to visit, a place to live, a place to invest, a place to play. And so we had over 100 persons last year in St. Kitts, and we thought that this was a good idea to partner with Aquarium Consult and try to bring more of a bridge. My Prime Minister will be here for the summit. He's one of the keynote speakers at the opening ceremony. He's never had an opportunity to visit anywhere in Africa, and he is over the moon about coming to Nigeria as his first place in Africa that he is visiting, because he is a medical doctor, and before he became Prime Minister, he was also, he's an internist. And we have a medical school, well, we have several, but we have one in particular where we have several African countries represented as it relates to their students. But the most students come from Nigeria. So he's interfaced with Nigerian kids. He's had an opportunity to train them, and he's interfaced with some of their parents. So he already has an interest in Nigeria. So this is just, for us, the next step forward in helping to bridge that gap and learn a lot more about each other.
All right, but Ambassador, as I'm sure you know by now, Nigerians are travelers. They love to visit different countries. But one discouraging factor could be the ease, of the paperwork. How soft or how easy is it for Nigerians? Because you're inviting Nigerians at this time. What's the plan to ease the travel route for Nigerians to your country?
Well, first of all, Nigerians do not need a visa to visit St. Kitts. We put that in place back in 2014 in order to ease, as you would say, the opportunity for parents to come to St. Kitts where their children were being trained as medical doctors. So we would see parents come when their kids move into what they call the white coat ceremony. And so since 2014, Nigerians do not need a visa to come to St. Kitts. You may need a transit visa, depending on which route you choose to go, but to actually come to St. Kitts, when you go to the airport to check in and say your final destination is St. Kitts, that's not one of the visas they will be asking for.
All right, interesting. Thank you so much, Ambassador. Let me go back to Sarah now and ask, who are the speakers? What benefits do participants stand to get from attending or participating in this summit?
Okay, so we have an agenda with, packed with great speakers. We have notable private sector individuals, we have government officials, heads of federal government agencies. Like the ambassador mentioned, the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. Terence Drew, will be here in person, and he's coming along with the delegation as well. We have the former president of Mauritius, Her Excellency Dr. Amina Gurib Fakim, who will also be here and will be speaking. We also have the president of Afrexim Bank, Professor Benedict Orama, as well. So we have a packed agenda of great speakers from the private sector and the public sector, just to come together, want to bring together business leaders, industry experts, policymakers, government officials into the room to have these conversations and see how we can further enhance trade and investment between both regions. And yes, so Linda, do you want to say a bit more about the participants or the benefits?
Okay, so for the participants, we're not limiting it to who would want to attend the summit. We encourage young people, business owners. We encourage people who are into agri, real estate, finance, technology. We want them to come and have this opportunity, because this opportunity is one that you wouldn't get all the time. So to make this easy, and we also want to say thank you to Channels for having us here, we decided that we would give, let's call it like free codes to a few people, discounted codes to people who would love to come for the summit. But we would just encourage them to please send a WhatsApp, just send AACIS Channels to this WhatsApp number, 0909 966 6613. I'll take that again. 0809 966 6613.
Linda, could you say it again? Because I think,
social media
hello,
handles.
Linda, you said 080 and then you said 090. So could you say it maybe like 2 times the correct one, so interested people can take it down?
Okay, my apologies on that. It's 0809 966 6613. I'll take it again. 0809 966 6613. Did I get it right? All
right. So anybody can participate. There are no requirements. You just get yourself to the venue after sending this message to this number, and then you are qualified to be a part of the investment summit.
You have to actually register on our website. Okay, you register on our website. Is www.aquarianconsult.com/AACIS. So that's where you register to attend the summit.
Okay, and then after that, you just get yourself to St. Kitts, and then you can attend the event. When is it? Where is it in St. Kitts?
Sorry, can you take that again?
I was asking when, the dates for it, and where in the country it is holding.
Okay, so the dates for this summit have been scheduled for 25th to 28th of March at the Congress Hall of the Transcorp Hilton, Abuja.
All right. So in conclusion now, I would like to ask the ambassador. Ambassador, I know that when things like this happen, it's not just about the direct benefits. You expect that your country would have some, other benefits down the value chain. What are some of those expectations that your country has participating in this?
A big expectation for us is that it's an opportunity for cross-pollination, between Nigerians and nationals of St. Kitts and Nevis. I mentioned before that we have several medical schools, and Nigerians have trusted us because our children are very important to us, the same way your children are important to you. And we have trained quite a bit of doctors in St. Kitts that are Nigerian children. And so there's already been that fostering of the relationship. We would like to see it explored even further. Looking at investment in areas where they may be of interest, as well as encouraging Nigerians to continue to visit St. Kitts, enjoy their visit, and hopefully we can get some of our nationals to see Nigeria as a place to come and visit as well.
Yeah, so let me ask the same question at the ceremony to say, what does Nigeria stand to gain from this, at least since it's holding in Nigeria? Ambassador has said, well, we can have some of St. Kitts citizens come to the country. And what else do you think can be of benefit to the country, apart from the direct participants at the summit?
Was that for me?
Yeah, that's for you. That's for you, Ceremony.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So really what we're trying to do is, like I said earlier, to enhance and foster trade and investment initiatives between Africa and the Caribbean. So it's not just a Nigeria thing. However, this is the first year and it's holding here. So we are trying to showcase African investment opportunities to the Caribbean investors and to other African investors, as well as showcase Caribbean investment opportunities to African investors. So business owners and investors get to explore the opportunities that are available in St. Kitts and vice versa. So it's not just a Nigeria thing, it's an African thing. So we're focusing on African investment opportunities and Caribbean investment opportunities and how we can just come together for bilateral trade and investment. So it's going to be very beneficial to participants in the sense that they get to network, they get to connect. Like we mentioned earlier, a whole delegation will be here from St. Kitts alongside the Prime Minister and the ambassador. So it's going to be a very, very great session of, insightful knowledge, networking, and just a great time together for exchanging ideas, exchanging opportunities, and really just going deep into understanding how we can take advantage of those opportunities, how we can partner, and how we can collaborate.
And it's all sectors, yeah, all sectors of business.
Yes, so, like I said, it's going to be an annual summit, and each year we'll focus on a different country, and we will explore the investment opportunities in that country. So in St. Kitts right now, they announced their plans to become a sustainable island state. And so they have 7 pillars, which are referred to as the Sustainable Island State Agenda. And those pillars include food security, COVID-19 recovery, social protection, economic diversification, creative economy, among others. So these are some of the sectors that, the delegation from St. Kitts will be focusing on, because the country is currently prioritizing, foreign direct investment to be able to achieve their plans of becoming a sustainable island state. And so these are some of the sectors that they will be focusing on. However, the summit in and of itself is not industry or sector focused, because as we focus on different countries, we will delve into the investment opportunities in those countries. And so the sectors and the industries may differ from year to year, but for the country focus for 2025, we will just be exploring the sectors that St. Kitts and Nevis are pushing forward as the opportunities for investment.
All right, understood. Thank you so much, Ceremony Ubwa, Project Development Manager at Aquarian, and also Linda Ojo, Summit Coordinator at Aquarian Consults, and Ambassador Rosalind Hazell of St. Kitts and Nevis Summit Coordinator. Thank you so much for your time, and I wish you the very best in your summit.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
All right, great conversation with women right there. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll see what's happening in the global space. Stay with us here in Business Morning.